This lesson is all about working with polygons. If I know the number of sides, I should be able to figure out the total degrees of any polygon. Or if I know the total degrees, I should be able to figure out how many sides the polygon has. Or if I know one angle, I should be able to figure out the number of sides. Anyway, it's all about polygons. And most of it traces back to this formula right here. The total degrees of any polygon is equal to the number of sides minus 2 times 180, or n minus 2 times 180. So an 18-gon has 18 sides, so that would be 18 minus 2 times 180, which is 2,880. 22-gon, that's 22 sides, so 22 minus 2 times 180. Well, that's 3,600. And a 25-gon, that's 25 minus 2 times 180. Well, that is 4,140. Alright, so that's the total number of degrees in each case. Now, for problems like number 7, and don't ask me why it skips from number 3 to 7, it's just the way it had to be. If I want to find the value of x, what I need to do is set up an equation that I can solve. Well, and the equation it's usually going to be a matter of setting an expression equal to something that we know. Now, we know that the total degrees, we should be able to find this by doing n minus 2 times 180. Okay, so the total degrees of a quadrilateral like this one should be 360. So we know the total of all the degrees should be 360. But we've got these expressions. We've got x and then we've got these three numbers. Well, guess what? These four things should add up to 360 because that's what it means for the total interior degrees to be 360. But combining these like terms, I've got x, there's nothing for x to go with, but 108 plus 72 plus 87, that is 267. So this comes out to be x plus 267 must equal 360. Subtracting 267 from both sides should allow me to find out what x is. X is 93. Okay, similarly, if I do, see, this is a pentagon, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I do 5 minus 2 times 180, I get 540 degrees total. Okay, so I've got a total of 540 degrees. When I set up my equation, that goes on the right-hand side. Alright, so that means the sum of all these expressions should equal 540. This one is again pretty straightforward because I've just got x and then these four constants to be combined. So that's 413, and then if I subtract 413 from both sides, that's going to give me x. So that's 127. Okay, number 9, same deal. Let's see how many sides I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 sides. So if I do 7 minus 2 times 180, that's going to give me 900. Alright, so I've got a total of 900 degrees. So once again, when I go to set up my equation, 900 is going to be on the right hand side. This time I've got two expressions involving x. So I will combine those to make 3x. Okay, so 3x plus the rest of this stuff. Well, that is 645. So now we have to just subtract 645 from both sides. Okay, so that's going to give me 3x equals, well, that is 255. Then if we divide both sides by 3, we get that x is 85. Alright, that's how you do number 9. Now, problem number 10 is really the same thing, just without a picture. We're told it's a quadrilateral, and we're given these 4 expressions. So once again, let's just start by finding the total degrees. Now, if I do n minus 2 times 180, okay, that's going to give me a total of 360 degrees. So as before, we'll put that on the right hand side of the equation. Now that means these 4 expressions representing the angles should add up to 360. So x plus 2x plus 4x plus 5x. Well, let's see, that's 1 plus 2 is 3 plus 4 is 7 plus 5 is 12. So 12x should equal 360. Let's divide both sides by 12, and we're going to get x equals 30. Okay. Now, for number 11, 12, and 13, they are almost the same, except these are not interior angles. They are exterior angles. And the formula n minus 2 times 180, that gives us the total of all the interior angles. Fortunately, there's an easy way to find the sum of all the exterior angles. And that's because it's always 360, no matter what. Okay, so for all 3 of these problems, the total is going to be 360. So all we have to do is combine like terms and find an expression for the sum of all of these and set it equal to 360. So in this case, it's just going to be x plus, and I'm just doing 152 plus 137. That gave me 289. Of course, I need to subtract 289 from both sides. And that's going to give me 71. So x equals 71. For this one, I'm going to have x, I don't know why I put it so far away, but x plus, and I'm just going to add up these 4 numbers. That gives me 308. If I add these 4 angles up, I of course need to subtract 308 from both sides, and that will give me x equals 52. Okay, last one. I've got 2 expressions with x, so I will put those together, and that makes 3x. Now if I add these other 4 angles together, so I get 252. Now if I subtract 252 from both sides, I get 3x is equal to 108. Whoops, why did I put 180? I meant 108. Now if I divide both sides by 3, I get x equals 36. Okay. Alright, looking at number 14 and 15. Find the measure of each interior angle of the polygon. Okay, focus on those words right there. Each interior angle, especially the word each. And remember this, anytime I'm finding one angle or each angle is always going to be the total degrees divided by the number of sides. Alright, if I'm talking about each interior angle, that's still going to be the total degrees divided by the number of sides, but that total could be found by doing n minus 2 times 180. Of course, the number of sides is n. So this is what we could use for this problem. Alright, n minus 2 times 180 divided by n. Okay, find the measure of each interior angle of a regular of the indicated polygon. So, in this case, each angle is going to be, okay, so each angle is going to be the total n minus 2 times 180 divided by the number of sides, 30. So I can just put this in my calculator. 30 minus 2 times 180 divided by 30. That's 168. Each angle is 168. Okay, same thing for a regular 36gon. Let me change colors real quick. So for number 15, again, the angle, each angle is going to equal the total divided by the number of sides. So 36 minus 2 times 180. Wonder if I could modify this. Okay, let's make that a 36. Make that a 36. That's 170. Okay, it says 14 and 15. All right. The measure of each interior angle is 90 degrees. Find n. Yeah, so if I was going to do this by hand, you know, showing all my work and all that good stuff that we like to do, again, I will use the same formula that an angle is going to equal, okay, we're still talking interior, so I'm talking about n minus 2 times 180 divided by n. But this time we know the angle. Alright, the measure of each angle is 90 degrees. So I know that this angle is 90. So instead of just writing the word angle right here, I could go ahead and put in the 90. Alright, so 90 equals n minus 2 times 180 divided by n. So it's just a matter of solving this. So I could solve this by multiplying both sides of this equation by n. That way these n's are going to cancel each other out. Alright, now, so that's going to give me 90n is equal to n minus 2 times 180. Alright, I could go ahead and do the distributive property though. So that's going to give me 90n is equal to 180 n minus 360. Then I see I've got n's on both sides. So let's get those together by subtracting 180n from both sides. Okay, so that is going to give me, okay, subtracting 180n, that's going to give me negative 90. N equals negative 360. Then it would be time to divide both sides by negative 90. Okay, so that's going to give me 4. So n is equal to 4. Okay, so of course, you know, we really should have known this by heart, a four-sided shape, each angle would be 90 degrees, like a square. Alright, the measure of each interior angle is 108. So I could do this the same exact way, but I also want to show you how you could do it on your calculator. Okay, so yeah, I could set this up the same way by doing 108 equals n minus 2 times 180 divided by n, and I could solve this the same way, but this time I'm going to show it to you on your graphing calculator. Look, I could just put this entire expression into the TI-30 and look for which value gives me 108. Okay, so in my table, alright, if I have to start off in fraction mode, so instead of n minus 2, of course I'll do x minus 2 because that's the variable I have. So n minus 2 times 180 divided by n, alright, becomes x minus 2 times 180 divided by x. Now remember, this is just the formula for each interior angle. Okay, so if I put this in my calculator, all of the y values should be single angles. And of course x is just like n, it's the number of sides. So if I look at this, alright, say if I start off at 3 because that's the smallest polygon. Okay, so there we go. A three-sided shape or a triangle, each angle is 60. For a square, that's 90. For a pentagon, each angle is 108. So I was looking for which number of sides will give me each angle of 108. And here it is right on my calculator. 5 sides gives me each angle is 108. Okay, so that is another way to find that n is equal to 5. Okay, moving on. Number 18. Find the measure of each exterior angle of the indicated polygon. Okay, look, we're talking about each exterior angle now, so we have to be a little bit careful. Now, we know that each angle is the total divided by the number of sides. But when I'm talking about exterior angles, okay, each exterior angle, the total will not be found by any formula. The total is just going to be 360. So each exterior angle will equal 360 divided by the number of sides. It's very simple. So this blue formula here is what I'm going to hold in my brain as I do this problem. Each angle will equal 360 divided by n. Okay? So that means, alright, the angle in this case is just going to be 360 divided by the number of sides. So that means the angle, wait, what do I know? Find the measure of each exterior angle, that's my angle, should equal 360 divided by the number of sides, when this case is 20. So that's just going to be 18. Okay, so the angle is, each angle is going to be 18 degrees. Okay, that's pretty simple. So once again, for number 19, that angle is going to equal 360 divided by the number of sides. That's just going to equal 360 divided by 24. Okay, let's see, 360 divided by 24, that's 15. 15 degrees. Okay, that is how you do that. Look, anytime they're talking about each angle, just remember that any one angle is going to be the total divided by the number of sides. If it's exterior, it's just 360. If it's interior, you'll have to do n minus 2 times 180. Remember that you could type the whole formula into your calculator and just look and see which one works as a shortcut. Okay, that is the end of the polygon part of this lesson. If you are going on to work on converse, inverse, and contrapositive, and syllogism and detachment, that will be in lesson 1B. So watch out for that to appear shortly.